In today's video, we are going to be installing a Subaru screen from TEMU on this Hyundai Sonata right here. So here's the screen. Okay, so in a previous video, we basically jerry-rigged this screen from TEMU, which should be inside of a Subaru, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna use it as an external screen for our daily driver project car right here. So in a previous video, we cut out all the unnecessary stuff we didn't need. By the way, that previous video is linked down below. We added this basically power cable so that we could power the screen while it's obviously not inside the dashboard of the car. I will have to shorten this cable, by the way. But anyway, today we're gonna get all of that done. We're gonna get this mounted into the car, and then we're gonna have to attach the front-facing camera and figure out how to make that work. So yeah, let's get started. All right, now it's been a little bit of a while since I did that first part, so yeah, basically this is what I did on the back of the screen. You can see the cables from the screen connected to this aftermarket, basically cigarette lighter power adapter that I've added to the screen to power it while it's not inside the dashboard. So now we have to find a place for the screen inside the car, and then we need to shorten this cable, but we also have to so many things in here. The screen has a camera. I'm guessing this was originally supposed to be a reverse camera, but I already have this screen over here, which has Apple CarPlay and everything, and that's my reverse camera. I've got this for like my media and music. The third screen is gonna be down here. The third screen is gonna be down there just as a flex because we're going full cyberpunk with this build. So yeah, anyway, this camera is, I think, supposed to be a reverse camera, but obviously I want to use it as a front-facing camera so that I turn this car, which originally had no cameras at all, into a car with a reverse camera and a front-facing camera, which I think would be really cool on a car like this, which again is our daily driver project car. So I am going to be attempting to install this camera into the car. Another problem is there are so many things in here that I need, but there's maybe one or two things that I don't need. So part of the problem while doing this mod has been figuring out what I don't need and what I actually need. If you're interested, this is the Subaru. This is like what the Subaru head unit looks like. Now, I've got this camera, but the cable is really, really short. So I'm hoping that this thing, okay, I'm hoping that red means it's the power cable. Okay, so I'm hoping this red cable is the power cable for the camera, and I found this in the box, which I'm hoping is a way basically to extend the length of the camera, but it's still too short. I still don't think that we can run this from basically the front of the car inside to the screen. This still seems a little bit too short. So I'm going to extend this cable and draw power basically from the same source that the screen is drawing power from. More TEMU packages, yes, okay. Basically, we're going full cyberpunk with the inside of this car. Now, I got these clamps because there's basically no space left on the inside of this car. I've already got two screens on it, so there's no space left to mount anything using like a traditional phone mount or anything. And also, this screen is actually really thick. So if you look at it from the side, it's much thicker than a tablet would be or an outside screen would be. So a usual tablet or outside screen would be about that thick, but we've got all of this here at the back of the screen because obviously this was always meant to go inside, you know, a head unit. It was never meant to be outside, but you know what we do, boys. You know what we do. We're jerry-rigging this whole thing. So yeah, I'm gonna use these clamps as a way to have the screen rest neatly where I want it to. Now, the reason why I'm going with this clamp situation is because this will allow me to use the screen for a while and also do some troubleshooting, and it will allow the flexibility of being able to remove everything when I want to, but still having the screen be, you know, a genuine part of the inside of the car. And also, this is not really, it's not invasive, you know, I'm not gonna have to drill into the front of the car or glue anything, which I think would be super tacky, and I don't recommend that, you know, so I think this solution is really cool. Basically what I did was I put these clamps over here, and the idea is the screen is gonna sit neatly on the clamps like so. All right, I'm obviously gonna put some stuff at the back here to secure it as well, but that's just going to be a loose connection so it doesn't basically fall when I'm driving. So this is how it'll sit in terms of its up and down position, and then there's just going to be some light basically tacky material behind it to make it stick onto here so it doesn't fall over. If you look here under the car, that round part over there with the wire loom going into it, that basically goes all the way into the engine bay. And so basically, if you look over here, it's that part over there. So what I need to do is make a small hole in there so that I can feed the wire from basically the front. So the camera wire will go, because the camera I want to be somewhere here in the grill. So the wire is gonna have to go from here. It's gonna have to go inside. I'm gonna have to keep it away from any hot places in the car. So it's gonna have to go inside. It's gonna have to go down, and it's gonna have to go in there so that it can basically come out on the other side and we can connect it to the screen. I hope it works. All right, boys, so I have extended the power line of the camera. Those are my connections over there. So yeah, this is the extended power line of the camera. Once everything is set up, I'll obviously secure the connections even more, make sure everything is nice and safe and wrapped up and insulated correctly. Okay, boys, so what I've decided to do is make a small incision on the grommet there. So if you can see here, so basically this is the firewall, and this wiring loom leads to the inside of the car. So this is in the way, so it's not focused. Sorry for that, boys. But if you can notice here, I made a small incision here. It's really not noticeable, especially on camera with everything in the way, but I made a small incision here in the rubber grommet, and this is where I'm gonna feed my wires through. Now, the incision is really small because the rubber will actually, after I feed the wires through, the rubber will sit nicely around the cables again, allowing for a seal that's still good. I think making a small incision is better than actually trying to remove the entire grommet. So here you can see me basically setting everything up in the engine bay. I'm running the wires through that rubber grommet and also connecting and splicing them. All right, boys, after much struggle, we have a success. We've fed the wires through the grommet in the engine bay, and they are here on the other side. They're coming in through there. There isn't a huge gaping hole. You can see a little bit of a slit there, but yeah, that's gonna be sealed up. They're still gonna be properly secured, obviously, once everything is connected, but for now, they're in. So that mission is done. Now let's connect stuff.
So now it was time to officially connect everything. I had to basically make sure that the wires were fed properly, connected, spliced properly. I had to connect the front-facing camera to the grille. You can see me there contemplating my life decisions. I had to remove the bumper just a little bit or just unfasten it at the front just so that I could feed the wire through better. All right, so AV in. All right, and there is our front-facing camera from our Subaru screen. All right, so now we need to properly mount this camera onto the grill. We need to just make sure it's securely on there. We need to fix up everything inside, and finally you guys need to see the finished result. So let me just get that done and then show you boys what everything looks like once it's installed. Okay, and so here is our cyberpunk setup. There's our triple screen setup right there. Yeah, we've got our front facing camera, AV in. Okay, we've got that going. We've got our reverse camera, you know, we got everything we need, We got the front, we got the back, all our bases are covered. We got our entertainment right there. We're all cyberpunk. So if you're wondering why I went through the trouble of putting in a screen from a completely different car in a Hyundai, so a screen from a Subaru in a Hyundai, I would not recommend it, by the way. If you're looking to put a screen in your car, just get something that's plug and play. But as for why I did it, this is not officially a sponsored video, but it kind of is because I was sent the screen by some awesome people. I'll leave the link to the screen down in the description. If you have a Subaru, I really would recommend that screen. It's got everything you need. It's got the camera, you know, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, all that stuff. So if you do have a Subaru, check them out. You'll be fine. As for me, I don't have a Subaru, but I still wanted to use the screen and make some awesome content for you guys. So, and also, like, this is what I mean. So this is my view from the front. So this is my view as I'm sitting in the car. I can't see anything at the bottom, but with this screen, I can see everything at the bottom. So basically, I can just park much easier. I can see obstacles better. Yeah, okay. Good job, boys. We did well. Anyway, really happy with how this turned out. We got there in the end. It was definitely a mission and a half. But if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please comment down below. Let me know what other mods you want us to do to our daily driver project car. I hope you enjoyed my struggles, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.